Hello there, Seraphim17 once again, bringing you the final section to Chapter 11 in my Castlevania Night Difficulty video walkthrough. And this is the final Lord of Shadow, the Dracolich, or the Dracolich, depending on how you want to pronounce that. And this is effectively Shadow of the Colossus done badly. And how you have to do this is you dodge the first attack, and then as soon as he flies over you, keep bashing the right trigger, and you will climb onto his body. From here on out, you're going to be traversing his side like you have all the Titans in the game, and every time he starts to shake, you have to hold the right trigger to make sure you don't fall off. There is a very strict pattern to how you move across this guy's body, and if you do it wrongly, or you get screwed like I did just then, you'll fuck it up, and it's very frustrating. And the problem with this level as a whole, in my opinion, is A, it's too long, B, the checkpoints are garbage, they never checkpoint you on the thing's body half the time, so you're constantly having to climb through the sections you've already done, and it's just too slow. They've completely missed the point of what made the fights in Shadow of the Colossus so great. And the thing that really shines through here is how bad the detection on the platforming is. Because when you're jumping between this guy's body as it's gyrating and as it's moving and it's getting more spaced apart, sometimes Gabriel just will not, reach the platform that you're jumping towards, and he'll not grab it, and you'll fall when you shouldn't have fallen, when it was nothing to do with your mistake, and it gets very frustrating. So the first thing that I would say for this fight is just to be as patient as possible. I pretty much hate every second of it, I really don't like it, and these moments right now are the moments where you're most likely to fall, so never ever jump when the ribs are spaced apart, always jump when they come together, because if you don't, you're just going to fuck it up, and if you're far too, impatient, you're going to jump too soon, like I kinda did then, but I got lucky, and you're going to just be seeing the cutscene of you falling off far too often, and it isn't fun, it's just gay, and it's really not cool, but the key to succeeding here is patience and, just spamming it basically, because it's not cool, it's not fun, it's just, it could have been so much better. Why put in an interactive cutscene as a boss fight? I just really don't understand it at all. It's like, there could have been so many different uses for this, and there's a section after this where you fight it on the platform, and that is what I would have preferred, taking on the boss on the platform as a dude, none of this bullshit, but even then, you've got to do a very specific thing, and it's very short and very simple, and it's just a wasted opportunity, especially considering the next level is the last boss, and the last boss is the most underwhelming thing, since fucking, I don't know, cat food, but I noticed on my last two videos that the mic I'm using, the Rock Band mic, so props to Harmonic, you're saving my ass, is very sensitive to touch and to things, so when I've been doing the commentaries, there's been interference from my mouth getting too close to it, from the air being expelled from my lips, and just from, my body's natural movement, and it's picked up as interference, so I've tried something a little different with this video. I've actually got I don't own a mic stand, as amazing as that is, and I'm using my guitar stand instead, and I've wound the cable of the microphone around the machine heads on the guitar's head, and I've propped the mic up against the body of them, and it's on a slight tilt towards me, and hopefully the quality will be a little bit better. It's kind of awkward, but it's better than holding the mic, because I felt like such a twat holding it. But we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully I'll be able to replace the headset and I'll stop bitching about my mic. But once you've got here, it's just a case of stabbing the weak spot. Just be careful though, because you can get shook off as you were when you were climbing. And once you've done this, a part of his body will break off, allowing you to climb across the other flank and get to his other weak spot. And this is pretty much it. And if you think this looks exciting, then, good for you. Maybe it kind of does, because it's all cinematic and stuff. But when you're playing it, it's just, there's nothing. It's empty, it's hollow, and it's boring. Really didn't like it. But like I say, it is the second to last video, so the guide is coming to an end. So regardless of your feelings about Castlevania, you're not going to be seeing much more of it unless you actively seek it out. So that's a nice weight off my mind anyway. And then there's the 007 Bloodstone guide coming, which should be interesting, because when I was searching YouTube before I made it, I couldn't really find that many guides for the game on the hardest setting, so maybe some people will find a lot of use out of that. I can't be too sure yet though, because I think all my videos are going to be able to help people, and a lot of them tank. So it's a nice bit of, ego bursting. But once you're here again, repeat the same method, just keep stabbing on the weak spot, hold the trigger when you start to get shook off, and it shouldn't be too bad. I don't know, it makes me wonder where they're going to go with Castlevania now, because this is a series that's constantly going through reimaginations and reiterations, and I don't think that, I mean, the Game Boy's doing its own thing, it always has, it does the whole Metroidvania stuff, and they're generally pretty good games, but as far as the 3D Castlevanias and this Castlevania universe, apparently there's another piece of DLC that's going to fill in after the Reveries one, which fucking weak if you ask me. It didn't even have a boss in that DLC, that's just robbery. And the worst thing about that, if you ask me, is the fact that Robert Carlyle narrated it, which tells you exactly that it was on the disc before they released it, which is just cheap. It's a fucking Capcom move, that, all over. Just not cool whatsoever. But E3's coming up in June. I'm dead excited to see the results of that. I'm probably going to be discussing it in some depth in the videos that I put up at that time, because there's going to be probably some gameplay for Modern Warfare 3, so that's going to be exciting. There's going to be the new Bioshock Infinite trailer, which just sounds unbelievable. There's going to be a ton of good games coming through there, the Deus Ex and various other stuff, and I'm really stoked for those titles. Plus there's going to be some more Fallout DLC, so I'm going to get straight on that when that comes out, because I really enjoyed the last one, even though it was kind of weak, albeit. But this cutscene here, it's your standard fare. There's probably some quick time events. There you go. Make sure you don't mess them up, because the checkpointing on this game is horrific. And this is getting close to the final section of the fight, but we've got to do another climbing bit and another weak spot before that will happen, so just bear with it. God, this boss sucks so bad. And this time you have to climb downwards, so get your ass down. Try not to fall off, because truth be told, I don't know where the checkpoint's going to put you, because I don't think I've fallen off at this stage, which is a blessing, because I don't know if you can tell by my underwhelmed tone, but I really did not like this fight. But there you go. And I've been looking around YouTube a lot these days, and hearing a lot about this commentator, commentator versus match that some of the names are wanting to get together. Some of the people who believe themselves to be the best Call of Duty player on YouTube want to kind of prove it against all the other commentators, which I think sounds like a really fun idea to watch, something I'd love to watch. And it'd be cool to see, who really is the cherry picker and who really is the beast, even though it's kind of obvious for most people, because some commentators stand out by a mile. But this part here, just walk up towards his mouth and start stabbing the weak spot. Ignore it when he starts doing his attack. I've never died on this area. I don't think you can. It just seems a bit silly. And when he throws you off, just hook your way back to him and just keep stabbing his mouth. And before you know it, boss is down, levels beat, final boss coming up. Thanks for watching, and you take care now.